Normally I do videos analyzing writing in various works as a whole, but today I'm going to do something a bit different. The One X-Cellent Scene project calls upon content creators to make their own videos discussing various scenes from X-Men properties and what makes them so great. Of course, the usual ones were brought up: the training montage and Eric learning how to harness his power through balance, the moment Eric kills Shaw, pretty much any scene from Logan, all rightfully so. Those moments in that entire movie display some of the best this property has to offer. But for this project I want to go over a movie that's more disjointed and doesn't really build up to its theme for a conclusion, but rather sets up fantastic smaller moments that all lead up to the finale, which is why I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm supposed to talk about one scene. You've seen it in the title and it's probably in the background right now along with some other footage. But I'm also gonna talk about Deadpool's relationship with the other characters because it'll help explain why the pizza delivery is one excellent scene. When introducing a character, your goal should be to establish how we, the viewer, should come to understand who they currently are. Or in this movie's case, a starting point where we can then further find out just how lovable, delusional, and complex Wade Wilson is. The scene starts out confused. A pizza delivery driver and a guy in his apartment arguing about why an order was placed for him. Answer: Wade called it for him because he's in the guy's apartment. How'd he get into the bathroom unnoticed with the door open? Who knows, but it helps establish the type of skills he has. A mercenary, capable of stealth when needed, and well versed with weapons. This entire scene is like this. It goes from one idea to the next very quickly, but you're never lost. Every word and delivery of the dialogue helps establish tension, purpose, personality, and yet the scene still finds time for jokes through all of that. It's a less than 3-minute scene, yet in that time I'm perfectly shown Wade's character, the type of person the delivery driver is, and the other apartment guy is a great backboard for jokes to break up the dialogue, keeping all of the interactions quick and snappy so moods can easily swing from one type to another. Aside from the overall scene, specific moments stand out, of course. Wade's comment about shitting and kitty litter can be interpreted in a couple different ways, but any way you do, the joke still works amazingly. Cocaine, some tiny zen tree pot thing, someone's ashes, or maybe he's calling him a pussy, which is further supported by Wade saying he would shoot his cat. To top it all off, even Wade seems confused. Amazing joke, but beyond that, it has so many layers to it and it didn't need to be complicated to do so. Just written and acted well. Now the delivery driver. Wade is at this apartment because he wanted to actually talk to him, not the guy at the apartment, which is one of our first glimpses into Wade's more ridiculous side. Did he need to sneak into a guy's apartment to trick the delivery driver into confrontation? Maybe, but not really. He's just a troll and wants to fuck with people on top of doing business. All of this to threaten a guy who was stalking another girl. So we also get a glimpse that though he may be a mercenary for hire, he isn't pure evil or anything. He easily fits into the anti-hero category. All of that from this scene. A mark of good writing is doing so much with so little. So much information and jokes were here and it was less than 3 minutes long. Now why does Deadpool's relationships with other people matter when talking about this scene? Well, as the film goes on, he interacts with a lot of different people, and with it we get to see a different side of him every single time. With Vanessa, he's more loving and understanding. With Colossus and other X-Men, he's a lot more joking and a bit more crazy with his personality, which is only accentuated since he became Deadpool, with his mind being a lot more unhinged. And with Dopinder, the taxi driver, he's much more like a best friend who smoked a bit too much weed and tries to be a sage of wisdom. You know that guy. If you don't, you will eventually. And in the pizza delivery scene, we get to see Wade at his most menacing and put together self. Deadpool's story in the movie is one of regression and trying to pick up the pieces for something new. He's a successful mercenary for the most part, is good at what he does, and ends up finding a girl he falls deeply in love with. And then he gets experimented on and becomes a regenerating, cancerous freak that's seeking the one who did it to him. Of course, he doesn't end up getting fixed. However, this girl Vanessa loves him all the same. An anti-hero story about regression of character and slowly trying to piece yourself back together. And amazingly, Wade doesn't fix himself by the end, but he gets closer. Not everyone just has everything solved and lives happily ever after. Most of the time, it's a long journey that'll take a lot of work to help, and in some cases, part of it will never be truly fixed. This wasn't the longest video, admittedly. I picked a much shorter and less consequential scene compared to everyone else, but it's good to look at the smaller moments and how they affect the story as a whole. This was One X-Cellent Scene. If you enjoyed, check out the other X-Cellent Scene videos for more. If you enjoyed what I had to offer out in the channel, there's probably something here for you. I cover a wide range of stuff from anime to movies to cartoons and at times books. I hope to see you next time.